Muckluck here, and if the tall lady from Resident Evil Village gave you confused emotions, wait till you see this lady's mesmer Sona. This is a guide to Raid Wing 3's final boss, Xera. Now let's get to the point. Preparation. You will need one tank with higher toughness than the others. Kick out every member of your group that doesn't have leyline gliding. It is required here. The Forsaken Magic Mastery makes this fight easier, but it is not required. Have one smart person in the raid place these raid markers. You can place them on the minimap even when the central platform hasn't appeared yet. Split into two groups, one go left, the other right. Kill the fake Xera to start the encounter. After Big Mama appears, glide to the next platform. 3 people push the orbs into the rifts without touching the orb to the red circles, or the orb will despawn. The other 2 people pick their nose. After the rifts are closed, kill the crystal in the middle and glide to the next platform. Here, the 3 important people will stand on the buttons to lower the shield, then everybody burn the crystal. The button standers will get a stacking debuff that will coup de grace you at 10 stacks. Rotate and swap buttons before you hit 10. Once the crystal's destroyed, glide to the next platform where you will meet back up with your group from the opposite side. If your group arrives first, it is required that you let them know of their inferiority. Glide to the center platform when it appears. If you glide too low, shove your face into the platform and you will still clip back up to the surface. At this point, have the smart person call out these directions. If the other 9 people just listen, they will get a free ride. The higher your DPS, the less of these steps you'll have to do. Here is a visual aid of how to read these steps. Start by having her at arrow, rest of the raid behind her. After the giant death zone that takes up half of the room fades, pull her to the heart. If your DPS isn't incredible, then a laser will hit the middle where you were. After the laser fades, pull her to the circle. If she isn't nearly at 50%, which is when the phase transition happens, then have the DPS clear the crystals around the blue square and pull her over there to avoid the next laser and wall. Periodically, you will see a message that a player has harnessed ambient magic. That person will get a special action key that will place a shield protecting the group. When you see multiple, not just one, of the giant Xeras pull their arm back, place the shield to cast Please Don't Kill Me. If you mess this up, know that everyone will know it is your fault. At 50%, she ninja vanishes. Glide following the giant arrows. On each island, kill the crystal and glide to the next island. After a lap around the entire room, you will head back to the middle for the 50% to 0 fight. Use the movements on the cheat sheet and you will be fine. 5 people at random, never the tank, will be teleported to one of the side islands and they will have to clear the island to return. It will involve orb pushing or button pushing just like at the beginning of the encounter. The remaining people continue fighting Xera until they return. Get her to 0 and you win. Tips: you will constantly get derangement when you get hit by things you could have avoided. If you are next to a crystal when it dies, you can lose debuffs of derangement. 100 derangement is an instant death, just like in Twisted Castle. Forsaken Magic Mastery makes this much easier to manage. I rarely see groups wipe because of this mechanic. Tank! Talking to you. Xera will occasionally do a Blurred Frenzy style attack on you which does many hits and applies many conditions. Block it, spam condition cleanse after it happens, or dodge roll backward then run back up to her to avoid 90% of it. Rest of the raid should never be in front of her lest they be shredded by this. If Xera stands on the red fields from the crystals, she will turn her conditions into boons. If this happens, reposition her, remove the boons, and do better. If Xera ever has an interrupt bar, interrupt her first, then resume what you were doing. If you follow all these instructions, the only thing that could possibly down you is failing at gliding. Now you know how to clear Raid Wing 3, you're welcome. Click these links. Especially that one, I have 2 channels. Oh, and after you kill Xera, you can get a portal device so that you can make portals without needing the soulless mesmer they usually come with. Link to that guide's in the description.